Hello big boys, welcome to a review of Fly Punch Boom for Nintendo Switch. This is a really interesting game actually. It's basically every anime fight you've ever watched, but you play it. The actual combat is quite interesting, but I'll get to that in a minute. The main thing about, doesn't this game just look so cool? Like, it's like just the art style is cool as it is. It's not, they haven't actually gone for like an anime thing, they've gone for anime style. In fact, there's loads of particles going about and loads of very silly actions which cause people to fly about, but doesn't it just look cool and fun to play already? It's like already that's a good sign really. But yeah, the combat's not actually as fun sadly, but that still is, that's something to be aware about. But what you do is you walk about, or you're sort of flying about, you have full 360 movement, and you go up to people, and then you basically do a quick time event in order to kill the person, or throw them about basically, rather than kill them. And you smash them through buildings, you sort of fly around in these massive balls of fire, flinging people around. It's interesting. I mean, the game's fun just to spam buttons. Like, there's not a whole lot of strategy there, but there is also more layers given that to it. But I'd say overall the strategy is not as much of a focus than the art style is, which is fine. I don't think I would expect anything else. The game's got local multiplayer, it's got online multiplayer. The Steam version's got infinite characters because of the mods. But unfortunately the Switch version does not have that, but that's fair enough I suppose. There isn't really much single player content either. It's got an arcade mode, but there's no cutscenes or story, not even like a little storyline at the start where it says like, oh, most games do tend to have that. This one doesn't even have that. So yeah, it's really lacking there, which was the main problem for me. There are loads of unlockables to get though, to be fair, but still, just be aware of that. Definitely a game more for playing with friends, especially you don't have to be like particularly good gamers or whatever. You just sort of spam buttons, see what happens, and try not to mess up the QTEs too much. The gameplay is basically entirely timing based, so that's interesting. The gameplay runs incredibly smooth on Switch. Anyway, yeah, it runs at 60 FPS. It looks lovely. It looks great. No complaints from me there. I mean, honestly, this game is pretty good. I say the only problem for me was just I didn't really feel like there was much. I didn't have too much fun playing on my own. But I did play it with a friend once, and that was quite interesting. It was a lot of, we got very confused, but it looked good whilst being confusing. But yeah, there's also a tutorial, pretty solid tutorial, which is always good. I suppose it's probably the limited amount of single player action you've got there. But yeah, not too bad of a game at all. Definitely worth taking a look at if you like fighter games and anime or silly games and stuff like that. And you can get it on Switch and also other places. That's what the big boys at this point in time, and bye.